everybody, this is Bernie Gartland, and this is the IRS Fix, and it's brought to you by the Gartland Group. By the way, the information that we have on these podcasts, you can go to www.gartlandgroup.com and bring yourself up to date. I'm Bernie Gartland, and this is Tim Berry. Interesting things happened in the last week that were, in my mind, eye-opening. And what I mean by that is that our last podcast, we talked about the Supreme Court decision and how it's rocking the financial world. And also, you elaborated on, and I think based on what's happened in the last week, I think you need to elaborate a little bit more on the highway bill. What I found out is, in terms of people watching this podcast, as well as other networking that I do across the nation, is that a lot of people seem to, I've heard about the Supreme Court, but what is this highway bill? And I was kind of astonished because it goes hand in glove. The highway bill is just as disastrous for financial planning, for the financial planners out there, tax attorneys, and CPAs, and putting people into wealth preservation, let's say. I wonder why isn't it well known of the highway bill? And could you explain to the folks out there, reiterate the Supreme Court decision, the highway bill, and then let's get into immediately the remedies, because that's what you all want to know. What are the remedies with these two, in my opinion, disastrous for the investors, but I guess good for the planners, because now we have some tools that we can implement.
Yeah, basically the Supreme Court case said stretch IRAs, inherited IRAs, those IRAs that somebody receives whenever the person passes away and gives it on down to the next generation, those aren't exempt from bankruptcy for the federal exemptions. They might be for state exemptions, and I don't want to dwell on the distinction too much, but bottom line is inherited IRAs are up for grabs. Now we have this highway bill, and this is, as the name implies, this is a bill that the federal government passes to fund our highway. And within the highway bill, they have a provision saying that they want all inherited IRAs paid out within 5 years of the person's death. Right now, they're called stretch IRAs because they can be stretched out amongst the lifespan of the people who inherited those IRAs. But with this highway bill, they want to cause all IRAs to be distributed within 5 years of the original IRA owner's death. And this is, first off, a lot of people have paid a lot of money to do IRA planning, and now all that money's been thrown out the window.
Well, for the government, it's more money, more money, more money, more money.
For the government, it's more money. They got to fund the highway somehow. So
because if they have to, instead of taking it for the lifetime, they have to take it out in the 5 year, within a 5 year period. The recipient has to pay tax on that. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Recipient. There's no step up in basis on an IRA, so the recipient has to pay taxes on it, and trillions of IRA assets are going to be passed on for the next generation. So let's say 35% of those trillions is going to go into the government's pocket for more money, more money, more money.
And there seems to be bipartisan support on this.
There seems to be.
Because the government gets money and they keep their jobs. So what is the remedies? What do we do?
Remedies. It's all about doing planning, but not the normal planning people do for IRAs. Right now, a lot of attorneys, financial planners are talking about something called standalone retirement trusts. Standalone retirement trusts are going to go the way of the dinosaur very shortly, because if the highway bill doesn't pass, or if this provision...
I thought you were talking about me.
No, I was thinking it, but I didn't say it out loud. If this provision doesn't pass in this bill, it's just a matter of time. This is what they're thinking of. Yeah. So the standalone retirement trust isn't going to be worth the paper it's printed on shortly. So you're going to have to go to alternative directions. And what alternative directions do you go with IRA assets to get the stretch benefits, to get the tax deferral over someone's lifetime or for a long period of time? It's going to be two different routes you're going to be looking at. One is you're going to name a charitable remainder trust as the beneficiary of your IRA. Now all the money can go inside of there. We can name multiple beneficiaries. It's a lot easier to plan with than the standalone retirement trust or even just the inherited IRA. So one solution is going to be the use of a charitable remainder trust. Other solution is, and everyone's going to think I have Tourette's whenever I say this next, but the other solution is insurance. And I know insurance is a four-letter word for a lot of people, but there's interesting insurance policies that are designed right now where you can take distributions from the IRA, then you can borrow money from the insurance policy to pay for the taxes on those distributions, and then you put those insurance policies inside an insurance trust where whenever you pass away, the money goes down to the kids completely and totally tax-free. So in effect, you're getting a stepped-up basis, if you will, like you would with any other asset. So this is a way to get your IRA assets over to the next generation in a tax-free manner, and they can stretch the distributions over their lifetime there as well. So those are going to be the two primary tools that are going to be used for advanced IRA planning in the future.
What these two situations have caused is that mom and dad accumulating all their money. They want to make sure that their children get it in a complete protected funding that they don't have to pay maximum tax dollars on. And what's happening, Tim, is that it's just like everything is evolving. You have to completely rethink your strategy for what you want for your children and what you want for the children's future.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you go to gartlandgroup.com. Tim does a lot of blogs on there concerning the subject. It's a new area, folks, out there. We do have the remedies. Anything else you want to add?
I can't think of anything. If they have questions, give us a call.
Can we say what they say in the movie? It's a wrap. It's a wrap, everybody. This is Bernie Gartland. See you.